Alright, so I've just got my sound deadener. I'm going to install this throughout my LandCruiser 76 series wagon. I went with the gear from Car Builders. Just Google Car Builders website and they've got a lot of options. One box has got 12 sheets in it, 500 by 300. I'm going to do an individual weight on them and see how many sheets I use at the end to give a bit of a weight of how much I've actually added to my car. The kit I've gone with, or actually the kit I've built up from all the stock they sell online, is basically going to cover my roof. So the ceiling of the cruiser, I'm going to put a few of these sheets down across the roof, and then I've got a 6mm insul layer. Just going to insulate that. Where is 6mm insulator? There you go. That's gonna. I'll get most of my noise from my roof rack at 100k an hour. I've done a decibel reading, and I'm pretty interested to see the difference between the two before and after. And yeah, the 3 boxes, which is about 1.8 meters square. So yeah, nearly 5.5 meters square of acoustic treatment and sound deadening. I bought the install kit as well. Actually, it came with the kit that I bought. It's just got a roller, a little neoprene. I think it's called neoprene roller. It came with 10 meters of foil tape, so when you stick these sheets down, you can tape between them. Came with a little knife, a keyring and a stubby holder, a couple of stickers, and a little brochure for the other gear that they offer. So yeah, pretty keen to get this in and see what difference it makes, because the Cruiser is bloody loud with the thin door panels. This is a single panel. I know it's got the wrapper on the back, but we've got it at 500 and say, I've got my finger on it, 528 grams, 530 grams for one sheet. So it's pretty heavy gear. 12 sheets, that's what's that, 6 kilos. So 6 kilos you're adding to your car per box. I've got 3 boxes. So it could be up to nearly 18 kilos of extra weight, not including the insul layer. So it is pretty heavy. They all peel and stick. They're about 1.8 to 2mm thick. You just peel that gear off and it's like it's a pretty soft little rubbery adhesion. You stick that on any of your panels and then you roll it into place with the roller. That's what it looks like. It's silver. It's got like a checker plate sort of grid pattern on it. You can get it in black or silver, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so as you can imagine, this is actually a pretty big job to do. I've got to take out everything from the inside of the cab. I've got to take out my roof console, UHF. I've got to take out this whole roof lining, which means I have to take out the cargo barrier. The door panels have got to come off, which means the speakers have got to come out. I've got to unwire that. Floor mats, obviously. These side clips. All the carpet, the seats, center console, fridge, and a little frame I built up for that. What else is going to come out back? I'm not actually going to do the boot because I've got rear drawers, but the back seat's definitely going to have to come out because I really want to double up on the rear wheel arches, because that's just a thin panel. I know they've sprayed on some sound deadening from factory. Since I'm going to be removing the roof lining first things first is to disconnect the lights. And because I've got a roof console, I'm going to have to remove this as well. So 2 screws out of there, and then it uses the front 2 screws from the rear view mirror. Then my sun visor is going to have to come out, and then the handles at the top. They've also got screws going through the roof lining. Out the back, I'm going to have to take out the cargo barrier, and then the child restraint points right at the back, or anywhere where you see one of these little, focusing on that, one of those clips, there should be a little bolt behind that. Okay, sun visors are out. This is 3 screws, 1 for the clip and 2 for the mount. Just here, there's the clip, there's the mount. You just need a Phillips head screwdriver for that. Taking out my rear view mirror and my roof console, you can see bit dirty under there. And the other good thing is you should do is take a photo of all your wiring so you know how it all goes back. This is just my roof console with the LED lights hooked up. I've just got it all taped so it doesn't rattle. Just run off the old door lights from the middle. Okay, some of the tools you need. I got this little car panel removal kit which has got little jimmy bars and that sort of stuff in it. It really helps to remove these little grommets that keep the roof lining in. I'm sure there's more around the car as well. I've removed all the passenger handles, entry handles, sun visor, roof console. I've got some extra wiring up here which I soldered, so I'm just gonna have to slide that through when I pull the roof. Things are looking good. I just had to pull the trim around the windows, the back wagon windows, all around the boot, all the inside, and you can start to see what the inside of the roof looks like. It's got some thin acoustic layer in there anyway. That's coming out, I'm going to replace that. I didn't end up having to take the A-pillar plastics out. I just pulled them back slightly and bent the roof lining around it, and that wasn't a problem. Slid my wiring back up through there. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, it's looking good. I think I'll have to pull it out through the boot. Okay, there it is. The whole roof lining. Had to get it out through the boot. And that's what's left on the inside. Now this is going to come out. I'm going to start putting the acoustic treatment in. So the first bit's in. Took me a fair while to scrape all the old line of that stuff off the roof because that's stuck on as well. But I've put 2 sheets of the sound deadener under that, stuck to the actual roof itself, and then this 6mm insul layer straight over top of that. So pretty happy with that. I don't know if you can hear this, but pretty hollow sounding there, and then that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, so I pulled the second layer off a lot more slowly and it came off a lot better. It actually left a gap in between each of the running panels along the roof line. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time scraping this off as much as I can. Down to bare metal is ideal because you really want the sound deadener to stick to the panel. That's what gives you your acoustic benefits. Stops the vibration, just like when you put a bit of gaffer tape on a snare drum for a drum kit. So yeah, I'll start peeling most of that off and stick a couple more sheets on there, then add the 6mm insul layer on as well, and start on the back one. Alright, that is all 3 panels of the ceiling of the roof done now. Awesome. Sounds pretty good. Used about 1 sheet of the sound deadening on each of the 3 panels, so three sheets, 500 by 300 for the roof, and then I've only used 1 full box of the 6mm insul layer. Next job, ripping out all the seats. Fridge is going to come out. I've got my battery management system under the passenger seat, so that's all got to come out. It's going to be good. There's actually a lot of room when you strip everything out. I haven't taken the drawers out. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I run a fridge and a cargo barrier in here permanently, so I haven't had the car stripped down for about 4 years or 5 years since I bought it. So it's going to be good to get everything out and actually give it a bit of a clean at the same time. So alright, driver's seat's out, just 4 bolts. Should have taken it out before, she's pretty filthy under here. I've just got a secondary UHF under the seat as well, which I've disconnected. That's just what it sits on. I've just got to remove the little subframe for my center console fridge, and then I'll get cracking on the electronics. I don't know if you can see it, but my battery management system is under the seat. No, not that way. Maybe that way. Alright, first things first, in disconnecting the battery management system, I have to disconnect the solar panel. Little quick connects up there. Then just going to disconnect both batteries so I don't fry anything. Just take off the negative and positive on both, and then I can start pulling out all the gear under the seat. Battery management system has been removed, the double C-Tech. I've labelled all the wires under the seat so I don't get confused when I'm putting them back in. Inside of the cab's looking pretty bare, unless you want to drive from the back seat. Yeah, so it's all coming along. Okay, so the front floor mat's out. It was a bit tricky taking the airbag sensor and a few of the bolts around the original cup holder out. Once we got that sorted, pretty much peeled straight back. Didn't have to cut into the carpet or anything. Yeah, it's gonna clean all the crap off, all the 5 years worth of dust and stuff off the body, and then start laying the sound deadening. Just getting to the rear wheel arches was a bit of a mission. I figured I'm going to have to take the drawers out just to get enough sound deadening on the wheel arches themselves. So I've got a compressor and stuff built into the drawers. I'm going to have to take all this apart, plus trying to squeeze a couple of years worth of bad wiring out the way as well. We'll see how we go. Okay, a bit of a mission, but the drawers are out. Never seen cleaner carpet than what we found under the drawers. Bit of mission getting the compressor unplugged because that was built into the drawers as well. I just started vacuuming the front. Just going to wipe it all down in a minute and then start laying the underlay. Just gone up to there on the firewall, just where that rubber is. I've double coated the trans tunnel. I've put the install layer, what I had left of it, just in a few spots. I've used the, where is it? The tape they gave me, here it is, to go over all the patches. That's just on my wire that goes under the seat. Did a pretty good job. Went right under all these cables that run along the body. In the back seat, I've just put all these cables back too. I've tried to get under all the little clips and bits of steel all the way around the handbrake and that, and then just had to cut like small bits and put them in up the top there. It's a bit hard to get a full sheet in and around. It's the driver's side, under the driver's seat and then to the back. Just put a big bit of insulat here in the footwell of the rear, and then up the back here we've double coated the rear wheel arches and put insulat over top of that as well. I'm only going up to the back of where the drawers start, so about the middle of the rear tyre, and then rear quarter panels I've put the 2mm stuff and then insulat over top of that as well on both sides, and the roof. So now it's time to put the car back together. Okay, so the wires that come out under here, you've got your seat belt alarms on the driver's side, passenger side. Then this one is your handbrake light earth. That just plugs in a little plug just in there. And that's just my UHF that's mounted under the seat. It was a bigger effort putting things back together. Got my compressor back in, it's built into my drawers. Because we put a layer of insulator on the wheel arches, the drawers didn't fit back in properly, so I had to readjust that a little bit. But it's looking pretty schmick now. Gave it all a big clean, still got the roof liner to go back in. But yeah, all the seats are back in, seat belts, all the wiring under the passenger seat for the fridge, and the battery management system, the solar and all that. Now just putting the drawers and stuff back together. Okay, so we're sitting at 100 kilometers an hour. There's not much wind around tonight, and it's night time. There's not a lot of road noise going on. So this is after I've put the sound deadening in, and the decibel meter is sitting at 5 dB lower than what it was before I put the sound deadening in. So it hasn't made a massive difference, 4 dB. I haven't done the doors yet. I've only done the roof and the underbody with the double on the trans tunnel. So I'll be interested to see what happens when I do the doors. There's a little bit less tyre noise. I think that's just because I've got the wheel arches covered, and there's also, I can't hear my exhaust as well, which is fine. But yeah. Right, I just got to take the door trim off now. There's 2 little screws in here. There's a screw in there that just pops out sideways, and then I've got one of these tools here that's just going to help me pry back. There's one already done there. I don't know if you can see. Might be a bit clear out here. There it is in there. Help pop those out. If you don't use one of these tools, even a flathead screwdriver, if you're careful enough, put a little rag over it or something, you can actually pull them through the little bit of MDF or fibrous door panel or whatever it is, so just be a bit careful with that. And yeah, we'll see what's underneath. So this just slides forward, as you can see from the back. There's just 4 little slide clips that stick in through the outer trim of the door panel, and then your control panel here just lifts up from the front. There we go. Pull that out, flick it upside down, there's a plug and a heap of wires in the back there. You can unplug that straight away so the loom just fits through the hole that's already there. And you can plug that back in afterwards. As you can see from the back of the door, these are the little clips I was talking about. I actually ripped one out of the bottom there, but that'll just easily go back in. There we go. There's my little speaker and crossover setup. Rookie mistake, I had it facing under the seat. I should have actually done it in the footwell, but that's right, learn from that one for next time. Alright, now we've got the door trim off. Now it's just time to remove this plastic here. Okay, so that's what the inside of the door looks like, and that's with no plastic on it. Mine's a little bit dirty actually, so I'm going to have to give it a bit of a rub down so the acoustic treatment actually sticks to the metal. You can just slide your door handle back into one hand. There we go, back into the slot there. That's the loom I was talking about with all your window controls. You obviously want to have all your windows fully upwards so it's not interfering with anything down there. And in the panel itself, there's a big steel bar going across. I think that's to do with the airbags and a bit of structural integrity, but a bit of a view inside the door panel itself. Dog. Yeah. I'll probably start at the top and work my way down and get a full coverage of the whole lot. Okay, so the first sheet's in. I found it easiest to cut this sheet into 3 long ways, so 1, 2, 3. Just stuck up along the bottom to start with, then I'm going to go the next one up, and then the top as well. So it'll be about 3 of these sheets per door panel, which will leave me just short to do the rear doors. I might just have to get another box or grab a couple more sheets from somewhere. Okay, so I've got 2.5 sheets in now. It's looking it's sounding a lot more solid. I'll try from this way. That's better. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of this acoustic 6mm insulator in. Okay, I haven't started this door yet. I don't know if you can hear, have a listen. Tinny. We'll go over to the driver's door that I've just finished. Okay, over in the shade onto the passenger door. It's a lot nicer over this side. I'm still using the same amount. I'm using 1 sheet per third and cutting the 1 sheet into thirds so it's easy to get in. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5, 6 down the end. I'm covering the whole panel. It's so much thicker sounding now. One thing's a good idea is to use a cloth because I can get the roller in this circle bit here, but I can't get the roller in deep down there. I've managed to cut the shit out of my fingers, especially putting the aluminium tape just over all the gaps and pushing that down. Use a cloth, that way you don't cut any of your fingers up. Yeah, she's looking pretty good and sounding so much better. I actually wish I did the doors first, but I'll know for next time, and you guys will know. Put this one back together, then start on the back 2 doors now. Before we put all the screws back in together, just make sure your door handle still releases and your windows go up and down. Bit of a rookie error when you put it all back together and the electronics don't work. You've already clipped everything else back in. You have to take it all apart again. It's a massive pain in the ass, so take my advice and yeah, just give it a check before you clip it all back in. Okay, so the back door's off. It's a bit harder to get to this one because of the main big panel here. I was able to get a 3rd piece in there, but I'm just going to cut the sound deadening up into smaller bits so I can get it in through that hole and place it around. You're still going to get the same sort of coverage, and then a couple of these squares are going to go in there as well. Put my little table back. Yeah, and then do the other side, and then I'm pretty much done the whole car. Okay, back table's back on, back panel's back on.
Fasten as a deepener.
Shut that.
Also got a big shout going out to Byron as well.
Final panel.
All locked in.
Alright, so a bit of a conclusion. The doors have made the most effective difference overall. Putting all the sheeting in the doors has cut out the road noise massively. You can actually have a normal conversation in the Cruiser without raising your voice at all at any time, which is awesome. I'm pretty happy with the whole job. If I was doing it again, I probably wouldn't do the roof. I wouldn't worry about doing the roof because it's already got a little bit of the sound deadening gear in there. I'd start with the doors if you're having a go, and then I'd do the floor and especially the center console, especially the trans tunnel and the wheel arches. I found that it's made shutting the doors a lot more solid. It just sounds a lot better. The doors are a little bit heavier, but it's fully gotten rid of that tinny rattle that the Cruiser had before. So overall, very happy with the outcome. As I said, yeah, wouldn't do the roof again to start with. I'd definitely start with the doors and then go from there. Interesting to see over the next couple of months whether the aluminium layer on the sound deadener is going to have any thermal difference, i.e. keeping the heat in during winter or making it any cooler during summer. I know summer's nearly over, but it's going to be yeah, pretty interesting. I'm very happy with the overall result. Yeah.